I've been telling myself for like 2 years now that I was gonna make a DuckLife video essay. I wanted to be the person that made a DuckLife video essay. I wanted to be the one that made the DuckLife video essay. So, ladies, sit down and watch in awe because I am gonna talk about Flash Game Ducks and you're gonna like it. Most people will probably remember DuckLife from cool math games and stuff like that. Playing DuckLife and other Flash games in math class instead of doing your work. In this video essay, I will specifically be talking about the first 4 DuckLife games, that being DuckLife 1 to 4, and then specifically the Flash versions. But there's actually 9 DuckLife games currently as I'm writing this, and I'm just not nostalgic for them, so I don't really care about those. But we are not going to be talking about DuckLife Treasure Hunt, DuckLife Space, DuckLife Battle, DuckLife 8, which is kind of cute to be honest, but we're not going to be talking about that either. And we're not going to be talking about DuckLife 9, because I don't want to talk about it. I have some personal issues with the style choices here, but that's my thing, I guess. DuckLife 1 starts off dramatically as can be. You own a huge farm and are making tons of money. But then a tornado destroys everything. And the only thing that survives is one single duck egg. And for some reason, you have to train this duckling into a racing duck, because duck racing is a big deal in this universe. That's where the shit is at. So you have a little duck and you have to train it different skills such as running, flying and swimming to ensure your duck becomes the champion of all ducks. But look at this thing. Is this even a duck? Well, I have an answer to that. Originally, the duck was actually supposed to be a chicken, a little chick. That's why it looks like that. It doesn't look like a duck. But the devs were like, chickens are gonna have a hard time swimming and climbing and flying, so they turned it into a duck instead, because the first animal you think of to be a master of all these capacities is a duck. During the training, your duck will have to endure a series of minigames, which are very repetitive, and they basically train your duck to be better at all these skills. So in the beginning there's just the swimming and the running and the flying minigames. As you level up, you can participate in a bunch of races in this like tournament type of thing, where you keep having to be a higher level to be able to win them. You're supposed to play this like you do some races and you do some trainings and you do them along as you level up. But if you're anything like me, you just level the duck up until it's OP and then just speedrun all the races at once. Your duck is also gonna need some energy, and if your duck doesn't have enough energy, then it will just collapse during the races, which isn't very practical. So you're gonna need to buy your duck some corn. You can buy corn by the coins that you collect in the trainings, and there's 2 types of corn. There's the normal corn, which is cheap, and there's the special blue corn, and God knows what they put in that corn, but it makes your duck very energetic. You can also buy other things with the coins you collect, such as beautiful, modern, trendy hairstyles and some different colors. After having repeated the same training for like 50 million times, you are finally ready to face the champion of ducks, which if you beat it, you get a lot of money and you can finally repair your farm. So, yeah, it's not very interesting. You literally just run up this staircase and then you win. Some other interesting trivia about the original DuckLife game is that when you look at the file full screen, you actually see at the side some interesting things. Most notably this random goose, which originally was meant to be like an evolution to your duck. Like your duck was gonna turn into a goose if you leveled up enough. They ultimately scrapped this idea, but it would eventually return in DuckLife 3, and we're gonna talk about that later. I have a lot to say about DuckLife 3. Something not a lot of people tend to know is that the first 4 DuckLife games were made by like one person basically. He made all the first games by himself. This guy was called Simon Wixon. under his company Wix Games, and when he made DuckLife 1, he was only 15 years old. So this game was made by a literal teenager at the time. It was 2010, so this guy's like in his 30s now, but you know. Also, the music was composed by somebody called Becky Wixon, which I'm just assuming is the creator's sister, which I think is a pretty neat detail, isn't it? Now we move on to DuckLife's successor, which was DuckLife 2, which actually came out just a few months after DuckLife 1, which, dedicated to the grind, Mr. Wix. DuckLife 2 starts off innovative as ever, as you can now give your duck a name, and it can be anything you want. You meet another duck, which is actually the duck that you trained the last time, and your duck really wants a crown like them, and they're like, the only way to get one is to become a champion racer. So now you have to become a champion racer because you really want that crown. DuckLife 2 goes international as you're now doing a world tour. And with world tour, I mean there are races set in Scotland, England, Egypt, Hawaii and Japan. As you play the games, you level up and you make your way through all the races and stuff. This one has some more interesting scenery, and I think it's fun, it's neat, but it's not that much different than the first game, and I don't have that much to say about it. Something very noteworthy though is there is a new skill now, which is climbing, because ducks are masters at climbing. The blue steroid corn from before is still there, but now it's purple, so that's great. Once again, some beautiful trendy hairstyles and some colors can be bought in the shop, but this time you have to kind of unlock them through leveling up. Actually, I think that's the case in the first game too, I'm not completely sure. I'm a really good researcher, you know. My favorite part about DuckLife 2 is the level editor that you get when you beat the game. You see, when you beat the champion, you get a lot of money and a crown and a lot of perks. But you also get a level editor, which makes you able to like make your own level. And it's really fun if it would work, but it's broken in most versions of the game, sadly. And you can change the daytime and the nighttime. I really liked that as a kid. But they didn't include these features in the retro pack version of this game, which is for mobile. Like, they took my favorite features away and I'm pissed off about it. Okay, now we're finally done with talking about DuckLife 2. I don't really care about DuckLife 2 because I have something way more important to talk about. Yeah, that's right, we're finally gonna talk about the ducks that have boobs. On May 16th, 2011, a game was released called DuckLife 3 Evolution. This game would be very different than the first two DuckLife games, and actually very different than most other DuckLife games released after it. It was a cult classic. It was horrifying, and it's one of my favorites. I'm gonna talk about DuckLife 3, and this will definitely be one of the most interesting parts of this video. Also because DuckLife 3 has the most lore, if you ask me. This game starts off with a pretty terrifying news article. A very enthusiastic farmer has invented genetically modified ducks, which can be bred to become specialized in a certain skill. Duck racers are ecstatic about the news. The game starts off with you being able to pick an egg, which is specialized in a certain skill. So basically you get the option, do you want a fish, mermaid duck, do you want a beefy duck with boobs, do you want a long tennis ball duck, or do you want a bird? Whichever duck you pick, it doesn't really matter in the beginning, because at first your duck will look normal. It will look like all the other games where you start in the grass field area and you have to train your duck and stuff and win some races. Nothing special. But after winning all the races in the grass area, you will move places. You will be going to London. And your duck will evolve, which makes it a little bit bigger. But it's nothing terrifying yet. Except the tennis ball duck, that one's already far gone. But, well, yeah, your duck is a teenager now, and, yeah, you're gonna have to train in London now. And I really love the London area. I have a special place in my heart for the color use here. The minigames also get switched up a little bit in the minigames in the different stages, which keeps the game more refreshing than the other ones, but it's still very repetitive. After beating the London area, you will be going to Easter Island. I don't really know why, but that's where we're going. And now something very special is about to happen. Your duck becomes an adult, fully grown, genetically modified duck. And if you're the beefy duck, you become beautiful, muscular thing. I have a special place in my heart for this duck, alright? It used to scare me when I was a kid. I was scared of this duck. I would never pick the beefy duck, but now I pick her every single time. I think for a lot of people who played this as a kid, most of them picked the bird-looking duck because it was the least terrifying. Shout out to everyone who was terrified of all the other ducks. As you start doing your races in the Easter Island area, you will see that your companions who you've been racing against before have also evolved into strange beings. Maybe this will give you guys something to bond over. I'm a big fan of the music in the Easter Island area. I think it's really pretty. And the area too, it's just pretty. I like this place. It's awesome, but it doesn't compare to the place we're about to go. Because when you finish all the races in the Easter Island area, you will find a portal. A strange, mysterious portal will appear in the main area of your duck. As you enter the portal, you will feel yourself evolve. Yes, that's right, you're evolving again. And now you're evolving into the Supreme Duck. This is the ultimate duck, the ultimate evolution of all skills. Everything is there. The strength, the fishtail, the wings, and whatever the green one had going on. All of it in one duck. The Supreme Duck. But there's an evil Supreme Duck too, and you must beat them, because this is the evil champion. But that's not all, because the evil champion is accompanied by a bunch of Domo-kun. Yes, that's right, Domo-kun, the official mascot of Japan's public broadcaster NHK. What he's doing in the DuckLife game, I'm not really sure. But we appreciate him. I'm really glad he's here. I'm not sure about the copyright claims that could be made here, but I'm kind of lazy to look into that. Is he public domain? Or rather, is he public Domo-kun? Alright, you know, when you're like getting older, you start making dad jokes. I mean, I'm turning 20 soon at the time of recording this. I'm allowed to make dad jokes now, alright? The Domo-kun are an enemy in this game. They are helping the evil duck. So you have to explode them while you do the final race. And the final race is surely something. It's kind of trippy. The whole place is trippy as hell. I don't know what's going on here. I don't know what place this is. What the Supreme Ducks are doing here. There's a lot of lore going on. But when you beat the evil Supreme Duck, you get a throne. And you can sit in the throne room really proud of yourself and just satisfied about everything in life. And I really like just this frame here where you just sit with the music. It just looks like you're living the life, you know? When beating the game, you also get access to a bunch of mini-games, which are basically the same training games, but in a different coat of color. And also this extra game where you shoot Domo-kun, because we can't get enough of shooting Domo-kun tonight, you know. In DuckLife 3, you can also win achievements, which I will be listing right now. The first achievement is Wealthy, collecting a coin. Well, that's not gonna be hard. Winner, winning a race. Unhelpful, fly backwards in flying training. Relentless, disqualify an opponent. Advanced, reach the advanced league. Professional, reach the professional league. Ultimate, level your duck up completely. Traveler, enter the portal. Champion, beat the champion duck. And Godly, beat the game with all 4 duck types. I'm gonna talk about this because this is kind of horrid. This game, it's not over when you finish it, because it invites you to do it like 3 more times again with all the other ducks that you haven't picked before. And it's like, it's a pain. Imagine doing all of that training again and again and again. Well, then you get an achievement, so I guess it's all worth it now. The thing about DuckLife 3 is that the lore is really different than in the other DuckLife games. Like, what happened to the modified ducks after the game? They just disappeared after DuckLife 3, never to be seen again. People have theories that they went extinct or that they took over the world and became the humans that look over the ducks in the future. Nothing completely explains what happened to the genetically modified ducks, but we can make a lot of theories. You will be missed, my dearest beefy duck. We will miss you so much. Also, I have an alternate universe where everything that happens in DuckLife 3 is just the same, except now there's like the doomed breakup between the athletic duck and the beefy duck, and I think I want to mention it because I made some beautiful animations about it. I really thought I'd have more to say about DuckLife 3. I'm honestly not ready to let it go. What's there to say? Well, one thing, there's no more trendy hairstyles in this game, probably because putting them on the different kinds of ducks would be like kind of complicated. Also, I'm recording this later on, but why are the Domokun even friends with the evil duck? How did they meet? What happened? Like, what is going on? I don't even know, but I love it, to be honest. I love it a lot. I made some fan art about it. I hope you enjoy. Also, unlike most of the DuckLife games, you do not win a crown when you finish the game. Probably for the same reason that there's no trendy hairstyles anymore. It's just complicated to do on the Evolution ducks. Okay, but now it's time for DuckLife 4, which is my favorite DuckLife game actually. On February 16th, 2012, a game was released called DuckLife 4, the fourth installment of the DuckLife series, if that wasn't obvious. The game starts off with some lore. 1 year after the ban of genetically modified ducks, one duck racer reigns supreme, and it's up to you to beat him. This duck is also on fire, but we do not question that at all. We get to pick an egg again, and this time it's just about the color. Do you want a classic yellow duck? Do you want a white duck or a brown duck? We start off in the grass fields again, and we have to do some running training. Note that you can only do running training here and not the other trainings like before. This is because every training has its own designated area, and you'll be learning new skills as you go on with the game. So basically you only do running now, and what I like doing is just maxing it entirely to level 150 right at the start, because I really hate the running training of DuckLife 4 because it's so repetitive. But actually it's trying to be less repetitive because now there's not 1 but 3 running mini games, and they're pretty okay, but just I've done them too many times in my life. I don't know why, but the running ones are like pissing me off. Sorry for that rant, it's not important, that's just personal. Something that's also introduced in DuckLife 4 are the DuckLife NPCs, and I actually want to give some attention to these DuckLife NPCs because I think nobody really cares about them, and I want to change that right now. First of all, I want to give some attention to my goat, the running training NPC. This blue guy, this iconic blue guy with the blue sky colored blue feathers and that black stripe. It's just iconic. He seems always happy to be there, you know? He will even appear later in the game. He's like your original mentor. He's like your day one, you know? Then there's this cream-colored guy with the spiky hair. And I'm actually regretting right now talking about every single NPC, but you'll get $50 if you win his race, and that's basically his thing. Then there's the brown-colored duck that also he requires you to have level 10 of You know what? That's enough. We're not talking about the NPCs unless they're interesting now. Everybody else can go home now. I'm sorry. There are certain NPCs that give you a ticket when you beat their races, and this ticket can be used to join the tournament, which the tournaments are basically a step up from the NPC races, and beating the tournaments will result in you getting to reach new areas, which is needed to progress the game. So yeah, you better do those tournaments, and you'll see when you join the tournament, it gives you an option to pick like 3 different ducks for your team, and I'll explain this right now. What the game wants you to do is make a team of ducks. Let me explain. Basically, you can buy multiple ducks in this game and have like your own little duck team. And train them all separately and do the tournaments like that. But imagine doing all the repetitive training and having to do that like 3 more times again. That's just unpractical. So it's way more practical to play the game with just 1 duck and just use the same duck for the same tournaments. The whole team feature really didn't work out in DuckLife 4. It just has no point. In the tournaments, it says that using 3 ducks basically makes it so that the ducks don't get tired, because the energy will run out faster if you use only 1 duck. But this is actually factually a lie. Mr. Wicks confirmed he lied about this to make people use the team feature more. But it's just a lie. Nobody does. there's no fucking point. Anyways, when you finish the tournament, you get to enter the swamp area, which specializes in swimming. And the swamp area has this pretty music and the training that I love so much. It's my favorite track in the game. It's gorgeous. Just utterly gorgeous. When I was a kid, I just hang around in the swamp training all the time just to listen to the music. It was really nice. And the swamp training has 3 minigames as well, which I really love. I love all of them, especially the cave swimming one and the crocodile one too. And with that I mean the one where you jump over things. It's just really nice to do it in different areas, and that's really refreshing about DuckLife 4, that they introduce different areas, which isn't completely new to the DuckLife universe, but this one is by far the one with the most areas. It's really nice. Also, a quick shout out to the swimming trainer NPC because they're awesome. And here again, you will be able to enter a tournament, and it has mud gliding now and swimming. And the mud gliding, I think it looks silly. Like, also shout out to that. Nobody ever mentions these things. I've got to be the one to mention it. When you finish the swimming tournament, you will enter the mountain area, and this area is all made for flying. And here you will be doing your flying training. Fun fact about the flying trainer is that they actually appear in the training as you follow them in the second minigame, which I think is a nice little detail, as the other trainers don't really have anything personal to do with their trainings. I can just imagine all the other trainer ducks sitting by and watching as you sweat and suffer and die for their trainings, but the flying one isn't like that. The flying trainings are nice. I like the flying trainings. They're fun, they're silly. Yeah, not much to say about that. You do the flying tournaments and you go on to the glacier area. Let's move on, boys, let's move on. Or this shit's gonna be so long. The universe shouldn't have given me free will, because now I'm making a DuckLife video that's already more than 20 minutes long, and I'm not even halfway done. I hope you're enjoying it. We go on to the glacier area. The glacier area is really pretty because it has this like reflection on the ground, and I really liked that as a kid. And the music here is like, it's like majestical. It's like one of the most beautiful tracks in the game. Again, along with the swimming training, it's like one of my favorites. They also remade this track in the mobile version of DuckLife 4, which I'm not a fan of because it like takes away the majestical stuff that it has in DuckLife 4. However, I can see why the choice was made, because it does come off more friendly and less I guess less eerie in a way. DuckLife 4, the mobile version, was much more geared towards like younger kids than DuckLife 4 was. DuckLife 4 was for real men. DuckLife 4 was the real shit. DuckLife 4 is like a marathon to go through, and DuckLife 4 mobile is just easy. It's just easy shit. The new generation of kids doesn't know what it was like to go through the real Flash version of DuckLife 4. And I don't think they'll ever understand, because this is real life. And this is some serious business. The original glacier track of DuckLife 4, the Flash version, will forever be a good example of the difference in culture that can be seen in DuckLife 4 Flash and DuckLife 4 Mobile. And I will forever prefer the original, because I am a real man. The glacier trainings are boring. They're fucking boring. You have to climb these weird ladder things, and then you have to like climb this other thing, and then you have to climb this other thing. I wonder why we're climbing all the time. Oh yeah, that's right. The glacier area trains your duck in climbing. I wasn't gonna talk about every single NPC anymore, but I do have some stuff to say about some of the glacier NPCs because, well, they're interesting. One of them is having an identity crisis, being the fact that they look like a penguin, but they are actually a duck. This is confusing. The next NPC is a real bitch, because he says he cannot fly, and thus he will only raise you if you have level 0 in flying training. This is painful, because you just got out of the flying area and you are probably like level 50 of flying. But I don't think he's mandatory to like beat or anything. But I have this weird childhood memory that he like was mandatory to beat before you could get like a ticket or something for the tournament. I'm not sure if it ever was the case, but it's not in the modern versions of the game, so that's great because that's just rage bait. After finishing the tournaments of the glacier area, you will move on to my favorite area, which is the city area. I love the city area so much. Everything about it has influenced my art, has influenced my work. I want to drink the Brad-colored DuckLife drink from the store so bad. I love this place. And nobody knows about how much I love this place. I love the pogo sticks. And I love the trampoline. I love the trampoline. I put a trampoline in my own game because I loved the fucking trampoline as a kid. I love everything about this place. I'd like to live here. I'm really normal about it. Anyways, in the city you learn jumping, which is a new skill that wasn't in the previous DuckLife games. Because of the whole jumping theme, the trainings are really, really fun. We have this box thing, which is actually boring, but the other ones are fun. The pogo stick is so much fun, and it levels you up a lot, and that's good for speedrunning. And the trampoline, I love the trampoline thing. It's like you do these tricks on the trampoline, and there's a poster that says trampoline or die. And I love that. I love that. The races in the city are also a lot of fun because there's a lot of fun scenery around. And I'm especially fond of this swimming pool. Like, I could spend all day in the DuckLife 4 swimming pool, you know. Even the shop makes me happy. The fucking cone hat, the colors. It's so Newgrounds Flash 2012 type beat. I love it so much. It makes me so happy. Please, you must understand. I was actually 6 years old in 2012, and I believe I may have actually played it in the year that it released. But I'm not completely sure. It could have been 2013 too. Either way, I remember this game being kind of new, and DuckLife 4 has been like my favorite for more than a decade now, and it's just really fun to me. I really love everything about it. It's just great. I don't know exactly what it is. I just really love the graphic design going on, and I've actually complimented Mr. Wicks himself for this in the past. Like, I've talked to him like once, I guess. I was like, oh my god, Mr. Wicks, I love your gray gradients so much. And he was just like, well, you can thank the limitations of Flash for that and my lack of artistic skills, since he did all the art himself in the first 4 games. But I really love that. I love the bold text. I love the limitations of Flash. I love how gradient like it is. I just love it. It went for a more bolder style in comparison to the more modern DuckLife games, which are more childish style. You know, this game is for real men, like I said, and I just really, really love it. It influenced my art in a way, like, I could talk about this all day, but that's not what I'm talking about right now, because we're talking about the city place. Am I just keeping this in? I'm not cutting it out. I'm not cutting it out. I'm keeping it real. The city tournament area is great. I love the tournament here. I love all the city races a lot. I love the jumping. I love the cars. I love this drink. I want to drink it. I think it would taste great. It reminds me of that one drink from SpongeBob in that one episode that also was like, I want that drink in my mouth. I'm not ready to let go of the city area, but we're when you get through the tournament, you have to sadly leave the city area behind you. And now we're going to the volcano area, which actually doesn't have any trainings. It's just this sinister music and these NPCs standing around and this weird ass box. And the NPCs all have these keys, which will help you open the box. Because of course, when you see a mysterious box, you have to open it. The ducks at the volcano area, they're keeping it serious because you have to have pretty high levels to beat them. If you beat all of them, you have all the keys and you open the box. And what happens? Holy shit! The volcano explodes! Well, that's not ideal, I suppose. The volcano summons a duck, which you have seen in the beginning of this game. In the intro, it's that one duck that is on fire. He doesn't have a name, but DuckLife fandom people had canon him the name Frank, and I agree. Frank is really sinister and you have to raise him. But your old mentor, the good old grass trainer, comes to you and warns you that Frank is dangerous and the area is dangerous. Your duck is gonna need some help from you, the player. You need to control your duck yourself instead of watching by the sidelines as they race. You need to use the arrow keys and stuff. There's actually interactive gameplay here, and it's like the most frustrating thing ever Because, well, if you've ever played DuckLife 4, you know you're gonna die a million times in the lava, and then this stupid ass laugh track comes on because your duck has died in the lava and needs to recover in the hospital for like, what was it, 4 or 6 weeks? I don't know, I was doing this from memory right now, but damn. And if you fall again, your duck will die again. Whole years can pass by technically before you beat the fucking game, because you might as well die like 10 times. The last race involves a lot of obstacles and jumping over lava, and when you finally do it right and keep up with Frank, you win the game and you win a crown. And if you play a certain version of the game, there will be an add button that will be blocking the next button, which makes you unable to actually get your prizes, which is the most frustrating thing ever. And I actually cried about this when I was 8 years old. I didn't forget. My condolences for everybody who knows what specific glitch I'm talking about. But you can actually fix it by pressing enter and doing some kind of magic shit or something. I don't remember, I'm not a technicus. When you do get your prizes, it's really fun because you can make your own custom duck and stuff, which made me really happy as a kid. And you get a bunch of other stuff like a crown and this arcade. And the arcade basically spawns in the volcano area, and you can play like all the training mini games in there, whatever you want, as if you would want to do that repetitive shit again. However, it doesn't really matter because the arcade doesn't even work anyways. In most, if not all versions of the Flash version of DuckLife 4, opening the arcade will corrupt the entire SWF file, which means you will get stuck on the screen and it will just be unplayable and you cannot get out of the screen anymore. You're just stuck there. Right when you finish the game, it's just frustrating. Another thing I want to mention about DuckLife 4 is the title screen music. I really love the title screen music, it's really comforting. Now we are done talking about the first 4 DuckLife games, which is great. But I'm not done talking about DuckLife itself yet. I have more to say. I wanted to make a special segment of this video where I talk about something specific that I never see anybody mention. I want to talk about the minigames, because there's actually something very interesting about the minigames, or at least interesting to me, that I don't see anybody mention, and I wanted to talk about it. Because something people don't really know about the minigames in DuckLife, all the DuckLife games, is that they're actually recycled from other older Wix games back in like 2008, 2009, 10, stuff like that. The developer recycled a lot of his old ideas in his older games for the newer DuckLife games, and I'm exposing him for it right now. But in a good way, because I understand it's actually pretty smart actually. I will start off with the first one that I noticed, which actually led me to play a lot of old Wix games looking for more of these, and I found a ton. But this one is basically the flying training, the first flying training in DuckLife 4, where you like keep flying up in the sky. Like you have to stay in the sky by eating these flying corn. Now I will present to you a game called Monster Truck Maniac, which is an older series by Wix Games, which started in December 2008. This game includes a lot of mini games involving monster trucks, and one of them has you flying up in the sky as a monster truck, and you have to keep staying in the sky by touching these bombs. It's the same mechanic but with bombs, and it's a lot more dramatic, and I love it. You can clearly see the similarities here, and there's a lot more cases like this, especially in the Monster Truck Maniac game, so I will be mentioning them. In Monster Truck Maniac 2, which was released in February of 2009, there is a minigame which involves your monster truck like going down these platform things and having to keep going down before like the time gets you, and I don't know how to explain, but it's basically the same thing as the running training in DuckLife 4, the first running training. It's the exact same thing, but with a monster truck again. It's just reused, and yeah, that's interesting, right? This one's a little bit more far-fetched, but I want to mention this one too. In Monster Truck Maniac 3, which was released in 2010, actually after the first DuckLife game came out already, there is a level where you like jump over lava and stuff, and it just reminds me of the last race of DuckLife 4, but I guess it's not directly copied or anything this time. But I still wanted to mention it. Now I present to you a game called Surfer, which was featured in a minigame collection from 2008. Look at this beautiful, beautiful man. Wouldn't you want to have a body like that? Well, this man is promptly going to be surfing in the waves, and while he does this, he encounters a lot of obstacles, which he can only dodge by pressing a very specific button for each obstacle. Each obstacle requires you to press a specific arrow key or you're gonna die. DuckLife 4 has a running training, the third running training, which uses the same mechanic, but you have to press a number instead. You have to dodge these obstacles while running, and yeah, it's the same thing. I also want to mention the fact that there's a Donkey Kong version of the server minigame, and also in all versions of the server minigame, considering it's from 2008, the controls are actually dog shit, but it's fine. It's a lot better in DuckLife 4. In November of 2008, Wix Games released a game called Trampolino. Here you jump around a trampoline and do some tricks for some points, I believe. This is literally the same as the minigame with the trampoline in DuckLife 4's jumping training, which you can see a lot of clear improvements in the way these games are designed. Like, they're the same reused games, but you can get a long way in 4 years, and it really shows here. There is a secret Wix Games, which isn't on any of the official sites anymore. It's not even on Newgrounds, I believe, but I found it on Flashpoint, and this game is called Rocket Boots Inc. And you basically you just fly around and stuff. But what I want to mention here is the character creator. It's literally the character creator from DuckLife 4, but with this anime boy, and I love that. I love that a lot. In the minigames collection of 2008, there is a game simply titled Swimming, where you swim around a cave with this little guy, and it's literally the same game as the professional league swimming training in DuckLife 3 and the second swimming training in DuckLife 4. It's the same game, but this game has evolved a lot through the years, as there's been a lot of remakes of this game, later appearing in titles such as Swimming 2, also from 2008, Cave Swimming from 2010, and eventually reused for the DuckLife 3 game, which came out in 2011. There is a games showcase collection from 2010, which included a bunch of unfinished games by Wix Games. One of these games is called Cannons Are Fun. You basically play a lot of cannon-based minigames in here, and you basically keep shooting these basketballs and stuff with awesome faces on it because it was 2010. Small side tangent, but Wix Games loved the awesome face around this time because he also made a game called Smiley where you just mess around with these awesome faces the whole time, and I loved that game as a kid. It's awesome. And he made this one fan art on Newgrounds in 2009 that's just called Smile, and it's very, very inspiring actually. Anyways, the Cannon game is basically kind of like the DuckLife 4 third flying training. Great. Cannons. I love shooting ducks out of cannons. Then there's a game called Runner, which was released on December 8th, 2010. This game is just a simple running platform, but I actually really love it. It's really neat. This game inspired me for my art a lot as well, but that's besides the point. Either way, this game has been reused for the professional league running training in DuckLife 3, and it's literally exactly the same game but with a different coat of paint on it. And that concludes the section of reused games, at least the ones that I know about. I did all the research on this one myself, and with research I mean playing Flash games. One cute thing though, in Monster Truck Mania 3, you can see a duck flying in the background of one of the minigames, which I think is cute. The DuckLife series remains a beloved staple of the 2010s Flash era and my personal favorite. It could be found on many different Flash game hosting websites such as Cool Math Games, Kizzy, which is where I found it. Also, does anybody remember Kizzy Run? Because I feel like I'm the only one who remembered that. There's Not Doppler or whatever it's pronounced. Congregate, Newgrounds, the Wix Games site itself, which used to have a sports section, and DuckLife was in the sports section, which I thought was cute. It kind of reflects what I mean with the older DuckLife from the 2010s having a bolder style compared to how it is now, more edgy. It was in the sports section because it was for real men, and I don't think people really understand why I love the DuckLife game so much. What do I love about this? I love the bold text. I love the white and gray gradients. I love how it's in the fucking sports section. There's something about this that really scratches my brain. I cannot explain it. There's something so euphoric about DuckLife being in the fucking sports section of the Wix Games website in 2014. It brings me back to a long gone time, which I think was just better. I don't think people really catch on to this vibe I'm trying to portray here, what I'm trying to explain. I think the DuckLife community doesn't really understand. I think people outside it don't really understand. It's just It's just something close to me. It's the music, it's the whole vibe, it's the game's layout, it's everything about it. It's not even about the fucking duck anymore. It's about something deeper than that, and that's why I love DuckLife so much. I love the stop signs, the tennis balls, the basketballs, the footballs. I love everything about it. I love the gray gradients. I love the layouts. I love how the music sounds. I love the beefy duck, and I love the memories I have of making my cousins play DuckLife on my 8th birthday. I love everything about these games, and this will never change. I'll love DuckLife forever. It's my favorite game forever. Better than all the other games. It's better than fucking GTA. This is my GTA. I believe this actually concludes the video because I do not have anything more to say about DuckLife. At least when it comes to the first 4 games. Thank you everybody who listened to me ramble about Flash Game Ducks. I am very passionate about the topic. This isn't what I normally do, and I was pretty nervous about like my voice and I don't know, being cringe or whatever, but I decided this year I'm just gonna try and be myself and just stop caring and stop overthinking because here's some wisdom for you. When you go out into the world and you want to be you and you want to be loved for who you are, then act as you are, because when you change yourself in order to be loved, like hiding these niche, weird, cringe parts of yourself or I don't know, not being yourself, then the love you will receive from the world won't even belong to you because it is frankly given to a warped version of yourself. Thus, I see no reason to hide this part of myself. So I hope you loved my DuckLife video essay because I'm gonna be like this forever. I'd like to end this video off with the DuckLife Harlem Shake video from 2013. Thank you for watching everyone. Con los terroristas.
Harlem Shake.